Hi, I'm King 5 meteorologist Rich Marriott, and boy, what a beautiful stretch of weather around Puget Sound. The last couple of days have been a little on the warm to hot side. We've been in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. We were actually expecting 3 to 5 degrees cooling yesterday, but as it turned out, Seattle was right back up to 87, the same that it had on Monday, and we only cooled a couple degrees elsewhere. So we're going to pack it all into today, and we should see anywhere from about 10 to 15 degrees of cooling today, as we're going to see that ocean air conditioning really turn on, and it's pushing much cooler Pacific air in here for the next few days, which actually is just going to drop our temperatures back to normal. Great shot across the Strait of Juan de Fuca there from our Port Angeles tower cam. You normally be able to see Vancouver Island out there in the distance, but there's a little bit of light fog or haze out there that's preventing that during the morning today. And taking a look at the view there from our Everett tower cam, you can see looking out there across Possession Sound, just a few clouds out in the distance. Overall, just another pretty morning around most of western Washington. You can see there Queen Anne tower cam looking out towards the Space Needle and see a few distant clouds. We have a little bit of marine air kind of showing up there, but we actually have the low deck there from that ocean air that's giving us a gray start in Tacoma, but the sun should be out as we head towards just a little bit later on today. Take a look at the 24-hour temperature change between yesterday at 9 a.m. and this morning at 9 a.m. See anywhere from 8 to 14 degrees cooler today than what it was yesterday. So we've definitely seen that cool air, the ocean air, make its way all the way through the interior of Puget Sound, and that'll be reflected in the cooler temperatures this afternoon. The plants, however, did notice the last couple of days that it's been sunny and warm, and they're producing pollen, especially the grasses and weeds. They're both in the high range. We have the trees as just kind of a background moderate range that kind of sits there like that through most of the summer. Take a look at that first alert 7-day forecast. You can see we kind of settle into this pattern with upper 60s to low to mid 70s. Tomorrow will be a couple degrees cooler. That'll be our coolest day of the week as we have a little upper level low pressure area that passes by through British Columbia. Once that moves by, we start to gradually warm slowly over the weekend, but should be a pretty comfortable 4th of July weekend, and then we start to heat back up again as we head into the week next week. Take a look at the satellite image. You can see the light blue, which is the marine air, kind of made its way all the way into Puget Sound this morning, and the places that do have clouds be burning back to sunshine for this afternoon, but the highs be making that big drop back down to the upper 60s and low to mid 70s. Checking the water temps if you're thinking of going to the beach today. Always cold in Puget Sound, mid to upper 50s, but we've warmed up to the upper 60s there in Lake Washington, Lake Sammamish into the low 70s. The rivers and streams still kind of chilly. There's snow melt going into them, upper 40s to upper 50s. Take a look at the forecast for this evening for out at T-Mobile Park. Another great evening, still playing the Royals. We'll look at 6:40 at that first pitch. We should see those temperatures right around 70 degrees and should stay in the 60s all the way through to the end of the game. If you're thinking about going up and doing some hiking today, the mountains are looking pretty nice. They're looking very summery, as a matter of fact, and you can see a good looking day going on there at the highway passes. And Mount Rainier was the summit was out a little while ago, but it looks like we have a little bit of cloudiness kind of moving through there. It's blotted it out temporarily, but it should be back later on. Our hiking forecast, that does call for sunshine today, mixed with a few clouds. Temperatures getting to the mid 60s for the pass levels this afternoon. And taking a look at that all-important 4th of July forecast, it's looking really good, actually. Heading out about noontime to get a good spot for viewing some of those displays. Should be pretty nice by then, mid to upper 60s. It doesn't get too hot during the afternoon. We'll max out in the mid 70s, and then by the time we start to see the fireworks displays after about 9 to 10 o'clock, those temperatures should be holding mostly in the mid to upper 60s. So a good 4th of July headed our way. Today, actually a good day today for this Wednesday. We're going to be looking at temperatures upper 60s and low to mid 70s. About the same tomorrow, though a couple degrees cooler than that 4th of July forecast, which looks really good. Warming slowly over the weekend, but then as we hit the 1st of next week on through the middle part of next week, look for the high temperatures to push into the upper 70s and low to mid 80s.